So, it started. The final match of second VIDYA tournament, the intermediate players hold edition, has finally begun. And right off the bat, we see that Lolly Master has gotten himself a really strong high-pie, having a double pair and Mensu already, so it's going to be a potential pin potential. SJ Manhunt on the other, on his left is not that strong. Yeah. That Sjaalman row has clearly improved. And Skor, Skor's hand is a mess. I think he could even try for a Chinitsu from there, because the Pinzu and Manzu suits are not coming together at all. Rising Bob, Rising Bob's hand is really nice. Thanks to the fact that Nan is not his seat wind, he will be able to get Damat and Pinfu with a pair of Dora Nan, which would be a really strong opener. Now Lolly Master has gotten himself another sequence. And nothing much happening at this point in time. Technically, Lolly Master is in Shantel, and he decided to discard the potentially dangerous woman early on to avoid dealing it in later parts of the game. And Skor discarded his Chinitsu opportunity, and I think he decided to fold for the duration of this round. Well, he could be in a Ryan Shanten or Chitoi. Yeah, and Rising Bob is in Shanten as well. He needs else an upgrade of one of his pairs into Anko, or a complementary tile for his Souzo Ryanmen Tatsu. And SJ declared a Richie. It's a Richie Pinfu with Ryanmen wait for Ryan and Uso, and all of the Uso tiles are tagged as a pair in the hands of Lolly Master and Skor, so his only hope would be to count on a remaining 3 Ryan So tiles that are in the game. So Skor decided to dismantle one of his pairs and go for Toy all of a sudden. But to do so, he will be forced to discard both Ryan and Suman, which are both dangerous tiles. I guess he's not afraid of that. And Lolly Master is running out of time with his discards. He is in Shanten as well, and a shame that he'll be forced to. He could take a Tenpai right now, but he will be in. Yes, it's a It's a Tanya. Wait a fucking second. Skor is in a Tenpai for Sanshoku Doko. Holy fuck. It's a Sanshoku Doko Toy Toy. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a fucking rarity in here. Sanshoku Doko is as rare as Yakuman. It's basically Daisangen, but not on the Dragon tiles. Whoa, holy shit. Over the course of my long Mahjong career, I've only gotten Sanshoku Doko once. So, yeah, it's a really rarity to see it in the final round of the tournament. So, let's take a look at another set of starting hands. Lolly Master is in a solid position because he has a nice Manzi tiles placement and also a pair of his Sea Twins that are also a Dora tile. Sjaalman has a pair of Chun and double sequence in Sozu set, so he could consider getting a Hoitsu. And Lolly Master called already his Dora Ekuhai, so he will be hurrying to finish his hand as soon as possible and to make up for the difference he has lost with that dealing. Skor has a Ryan Shanten wait for a possible Tanyao, or maybe even King. Whoa, wait a second. Rising Bob got disconnected, and I see he said fuck my connection. I was explaining a backup plan of what we do if Rising Bob gets disconnected for a longer period of time. So I guess it was just a momentary disconnect. So I see that Lolly Master is in E Shanten for his Yakuhai Dora 3, and Sjaalman is in a tight situation. He changed one of his weights to avoid dealing that dangerous Paso tile. Nice foresight by him, as long as it is. And now I guess the Lolly Master will deal in with that Paso. And Skor won on a open Tanionomi. So Lolly Master has wasted another chance for getting back that Mangan he was forced to pay. I think that later on, after we finish, I will give you guys a quick look at the whole tournament administration panel for you guys to see what is possible and what is not, and we could get some ideas to design further tournaments with a twist or something. Also, for another tournament, I have a certain plan, but I don't want to spoil it, guys, for you. It will be interesting, to say the least. I don't know it will be me who will be organizing the next tournament, since I too would like to play, and with this kind of organization, I think it's impossible to host a tournament and take a part in it at one time, since the host has to be able to group players into matches and start them, and in early groups it's not going to work at all, since games are delayed, players are absent, and all of that mess, and managing a tournament while also playing the game is almost impossible. So, Lolly Master is in a shitty situation because he found himself in a possible full return, and Skor is faking a Fondurata Toy, I see, and he's not in he's in Atozuka Tenpai for Hugh and Ropin, but he still has no Yaku. And Lolly Master is taking really long time for his turns. I wonder what kind of 200 IQ 4-dimensional chess are taking place in his head. Sjaalman hand is looking really scary at the moment. He's in the Ranshanten, but he has a possibility of getting Pinful Taniao, Ipei, Kodoraichi. Lolly Master is in a tough situation because he forced himself to commit into open Taniao hands, which won't be worth a lot of points. Skor is just waiting for the final pair to assemble on his hand. Ishanten. Wait, is it? No, it's not. It's not Ishanten. Sjaalman is still lacking pair on his hand. I mean the isolated pair. And Rising's Bob hand is what is it? Oh, right. He wanted to avoid impossible full return Tenpai with Kino. Rising Bob is in a Yishan, I guess. So Lolly Master, yes, he decided to fold, and he took the pair of open onto his hand. So Lolly Master won't be able to call on those anytime soon. And now Skor is in Tenpai, waiting on a tanky wait for a Roman. It's a shame that he won't be able to call a Khan on the E-pin to further power the ruse of him having a Honrota. But still, this hand is going to be worth at least 250, which as a dealer it will be worth quite a lot. Sjaalman upgraded his hand, and now he is in Sjaalman. So yeah, apart from Skor, no one is in Tempa yet. And Sjaalman decided to call at the end of the match and rush his Tanyo Tenpai. So now he's in a tanky wait for Rianpin, and that's a shame since closed Anko of Rianpin is on the scorer hand. So is he going to preserve it or deal the Rianpin? And he did deal the Suki. So scorer was in Tenpai, which means we'll be getting Honba 1. So let's make a quick analysis. Lily Master's hand is a total mess. Apart from a pair and 2 pairs and one Rianmen Tatsu, it's nothing to write home about. It will be hard for him to progress this hand into anything worth. Sjaalman called very early pay, which is his win. So he wants to get a quick Yakuhei Daraichi hand. Skor is well, as soon as he discards the pair of Q-pin, he could get a nice pinful with a possible Dora as soon as we get the connection. And Rising Bob has a possibility of his Inishanten for Tanya for Yakuhai Toito. But getting Su and Upin also to pawn on will be difficult, since Sjaalman has already both of the styles and it doesn't seem like he is going to discard any of those. So Skor is in Ishanten, discarding a pair of Q-pin. So the direct connection I was talking about arrived. So now he's waiting for E or Su-pin and O and Paso. Lolly Master's hand has drastically improved. Now he's in Ishanten, waiting for Rian and Upin or a Anko of E or Paso. And he decided to get rid of one of the pairs, and instead he went for sequences. And Skor declared a Richi on his Richi Nomi Daraichi hand as a dealer, so it's already at least 3000 points. He's waiting for both E and Su-pin, but 3 out of 4 E-pin are already exhausted, and two Su-pin are hidden on the hands of Sjaalman and Lolly Master. And now opportunity arrived for Rising Bob to call the Shah, and he's in Tenpai, waiting for having a champion weight of Su and Ryo and Uso, and he managed to get it Sumo. So it's a Sumo Toitoi. Sketched out. It's not that Sumo since it was open hand, so it was Toitoi Yakuhai. So it's Tonbashi. Tonbashi, and Loli Master has a pair of his seed wings, and nothing apart from that. SJ hands is not looking that great anyway. He's now forced to discard useless Yaoche tiles. Skor's hand shows some promise since he has already a Mensu of Sozu and a pair. And yeah, Rising Bob's hand has a lot of Omote Suji tiles, so I guess he will take some. Well, I guess with few lucky draws, he'll be able to get into Tenpai within his Sun Shanten. Wait, no, he's not. He does not have a pair, so it's a Soul Shanten. Although fairly good one, but it's still Soul Shanten. In the meantime, Loli Master decided not to open his hand for a Yakuhai. I wonder what he's going to do next. In the meantime, SJ has vastly improved his hand, having double pair and double Mensu of Pinzo tiles, and now he's one tile away from Manzu set Itsu. But to get there, he will be needing one of E pin from Loli Master, since both other E pin are already in discard. Skor is in Atozuka Tenpai, waiting for a Suso with a Tanya Odora each hand, and the moment he will draw ESO, he will be in full tank. So that's a really risky situation for him. And he changed his weight to avoid possible full return. So now he is in Shanpon weight, waiting for Rian So and Sanpin. So will Loli Master open his hand and go into Tenpai? He did. So he's also in Rian Shanten. He's in Shanpon Tenpai, waiting, having an half impossible wait, since both of Ipin are already exhausted. So he's in Tenpai waiting for Rianpin. And if I'm not mistaken, Rising Bob is in Damaten Tenpai for Pinfu. And Loli Master managed to get it Sumo. Whoa, what a close game, everyone was in Tenpai. That's too bad Sumo decided the result. So we are in the Nanba Ichi. And Lolly Master has opened a hand that shows a promise of a possible Sanshoku on the 1 to 3 sequence. SJman also has sequences in that pattern as well. For Skor, yeah, he got dealt a really shitty hand. Not too much to say about it, really. Rising's Bob's hand is also not great at all. So I guess it will be a match between Lolly Master and SJman who will get to the Tenpai first. So SJman has discarded the pair of Dora, and he's in a Richie Pin Dora waiting for Wu and Pa. So So what will Rising Bob do? Will he fold or push? And he decided to push, dealing risky QSO. And yet another Dora fell through the fingers of SJman. So Lolly Master is in Shanten. So he decided to fold instead. Bad call, I think, since it's his last chance to get last chance at dealless round. He should push and discard E-pin. See? Or maybe he really wants to get that Sanshoku, but yeah, it's going to be hard, really hard for him. So basically he would need to, he's in Hurricane right now, and to get what a fucking shitty situation. Yeah, so he got rid of ESO, so he has basically no hopes of winning with that hand at all. And Skor managed to get into Tenpai, waiting on a Kanchan. It's a Richinomi Kanchan wait on Jigoku Kanchan. It's a Jigoku Kanchan su Chipin with 3 of winning tiles of SJman hidden within his hand. So, really interesting, really. I don't think he will get it, since Rising Bob has the last remaining copy of... What the... What the fuck? This was really strange. This... I mean... He dismantled one of his... well, I understand that it was safe tile against SGman, but... Maybe it was on purpose? It could be a purposeful villain, since he wanted to finish the round as soon as possible. So for the next round, Loli Master has a potential of Chijitsu. So is he going to open it or not? It's a really hard decision to make. Pawn. Oh, alright. She would also be a solution in this situation, but he decided to pawn. And he shifted the flow in his favor. So it's a real possibility of Toi Toi Chijitsu. And a byman hand in this moment of time would certainly push him straight onto this first place. So, is he going to go for a Toi Toi Famitsu? I think he will. I think he passed. He passed the possibility, so he's still thinking about his chances at Chinitsu. So now it's 10 pi. Maybe he didn't want to call that Rosso, Ropin. No, wait, it was Supin, since it would place him in a spot where the winning tile, the last Hatsu, could be in the dead wall, and he wanted to avoid that. So now it's a Kanchan wait for Upin, and as Sjaalman declared Richie, it's a Richie Nomi waiting on a Shanton wait of Ryanman and cheating. Absolute fucking madman. But I guess he's the only one in Richie, so it was somewhat a good choice, I guess. And Loli Master sadly won on a Koni Tsunami, which is only 2,700. I really think he should pawn that. It was Supin and go for Toito. So we are in the third South round, and Loli Master started with a pair of Hatsu, which are the Dora. Sjaalman has a Hatsu himself, but only one copy, and two other pairs in his hand. Nothing much above that. Skor's hand is showing some promise, since it's a possible Ipeiko, and he could easily be involved into the and Rising Bob hand is average, I guess. Well, he was forced to deal 4 useless wins in the beginning. He decided to keep the Nun to have a safe tile for the later part of the game, which is a tactic that is employed by many high-level players. So he decided to increase his range of options while discarding the single Nun. So now he's in a tricky situation where 2 of his sequences are requiring Chiso. This is the reason why 3 and 7 tiles of each set are the most important in hand building, since those tiles allow you to make sequences with the terminal tiles. So, Skor is in Damaten Tenpai for a pinful, waiting for U and pass party. And Sjaalman dealt in since it was a sneaky pinful on the dealer spot. So Skor has gotten himself under Renchan, and now he's gotten the best hand possible since it's a wow. What the flying fuck? He went for a can at the beginning of the game, limiting his options as far as hand building goes, but Rin Chandra was a third Dora, which was a Haku, and this is the hand that could easily finish the deal in this game. So he is possibly rushing for a quick open hand. So with a dealer's Mangan, he could almost ascertain his victory in this tournament. Looking at the other players' hands, Sjaalman has a really interesting one, since it's in E Shanten. Yeah, he's now in. No, wait, no, it's not E Shanten. Well, it is E Shanten, or not? Let me count it. Yes, it is E Shanten for a Tanyao without Dora, but he really like to get a Richie here, since we are talking about double Dora from the Khan declaration. Lolly Master, Rising Bob is quite stranded on his hand with that single Haku, ruining his Tanyao or Pinfu, and we know that he won't be able to get another one to complete a turn. It seems like he have chosen to go into Chitoi, and the moment he will declare a Richie with that single Haku will be the moment he will lose the game, since he won't be able to complete this hand. And whoa, what do we see here? Lolly Master is in E Shanten for a Sananko hand himself. Sananko Tanyao Doraichi. And Skor is in a tanky wait, waiting for a Hatsu. And Sjaalman is now in Tenpai, and he decided not to call Richie yet, since it was placing in a champagne weight. Instead, he have chosen to upgrade his hand further into pinful, and a possibility of some shoku, maybe. Music volume a bit up, please. Sure. Yeah, what a fucking shame. The moment he upgraded his hand, Skor called that sumo on a tanky Hatsu. So it was it was Dematen, Sumo Haku, Sananko, Dora free on a dealer spot. So I think the winner is almost decided, since I think only direct hit by man on higher would be enough to push Skor from the winning spot here. So, Sjaalman's idea for this game is to get a quick Yakuhai Konitsu point. Or not. Oh. I don't know if he's aware what he's doing, since his goal should be to get the most high possible volume, and now he's somewhat stuck. And Skor is in a tenpai already with a Yakuhai Nomi and waiting on a Sanso. And Sjaalman is in tenpai right now, waiting for a tanky Papin. And now Rising Bob is in Tamaten Tenpai, waiting for Raw and Q-pin. From the Q-pin side, the wave is almost exhausted, and the Raw pin that is left in the game are 2 pieces in the wall and 1 piece in the Lolly Master's hand. So he decided to shift his weight a little bit for some reason. I wonder what is he planning to do with that. Skor decided to dismantle his tenpai because he didn't want to discard the Dora tile. Yeah, no, Skor as well as Sjaalman are in tanky weight for Dora. And Rising Bob has ability to call out Sumo here. Should have called the Richie Man. Now it's just a input Sumo. So, the game is nearing the end, and Rising Bob is the only one who has the ability to attack Skor in the first place. And to do so, he will need a. He's going to need a direct hit Hanema or a Renchan to ever dream of knocking out Skor from the first place. And too bad that his hand is not showing any kind of being a monster hand. I guess his only hope would be to just get a quick win and count for a better hand in Renchan. Sadly, Skor is ready to finish, and he called a pawn of Haku, so he already has a Yaku to finish the game. Hmm. So, Raising Bob's plan for this game is to get a oh, is to get an Ipeco, but for some reason Sjaalman wants to finish the game early on, since he's in Tenpai, waiting for U and Papin with a Taneonomi hand. I mean, complete anticlimactic way, he's robbing Lollimaster from the last 1000 points, and he secures his third place, getting a bronze medal. So, that's it. Skor managed to single-handedly decimate his opponents with a tremendous advantage of over 30,000 points above the second place. So, congratulations, Skor, for being a next VIDYA Mahjong Master. And I think that will be it for this tournament. I hope that you guys liked it and had a good time participating or watching. Um, I myself had a good fun, and apart from that one